Alrighty, now in this and I saved a screenshot. In this video, what we're going to do is fix the bug of when we go to pick up a object like this. As you can see, it just completely disappears. Now, where this object is actually going is pretty much to kind of the center, if that makes any sense. Like it's straight underneath of us. So what we need to do is change up our second parameter here. So I made a mistake and I misunderstood what the offset was for. And what it's actually for is you want to try to get the position of which you want it to attach to. So in our case, we want to attach it to the left motion controller. So what we're going to do is get our left motion controller. Did not mean to copy that whole thing. And set the offset equal to the left motion controller. And we want to get the component transform. Like so. So now, let's go ahead and do the live coding. We can see the result. Okay, let's give it a try. So now when we go to pick it up, you can see it is attached to my hand. So that's working, obviously as intended. Now, this is something we would want to replicate. So if I play with two clients, for example, we're going to have a little bit of an issue. Let's see, I'm in control of this one. So I'm on the client right now. Let me try to pick this up. As you can see, nothing's happening on both the client and the server. So it's just flat out failing. Now there's replication settings that pretty much are for this. Let me move my headset back and this out of the way some. But if I go on the server, for example, and pick this up, you can see it replicates. So replication for stuff like this is already, done for us. So that's the cool thing. It takes a lot of the excess work out of the place. So even though there wouldn't really be much to replicate this, you would just pretty much be attaching it. But anyways, so where was I going with this? Oh, right. We want to replicate this. So, well, first off, let's actually make this work with our right hand as well. So for the grip right, offset equals right motion controller, get component transform. And that's going to be the offset for that. We no longer need our debug messages because we know what is happening and we know that it's working successfully. So we are good to go. That's all we need. Now, actually, scratch that. Sorry for the replication. We're going to do dropping it first. So we want to set up the functionality to be able to drop, an actor that we are holding. Well, if we look at the left motion controller, search for drop, we have the drop implementation, we have drop actor, so it takes in the actor we want to drop. Same kind of deal, just going through and dropping. Now what we could do is get get gripped. We could get the gripped actors, loop through them all and drop them, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing because I feel like that's going to be a little bit safer, just to confirm that we are dropping everything. And we can always get the actor that we're gripping to begin with, so it's not, too big of a deal. Anyhow, so we're going to do that. So to set this up, what we would do is before we actually grip anything, we do a check and see if we are actually gripping an actor. So if left motion controller, let's search for grip. And let's see, there should be something related maybe to a Boolean if we're gripping an actor. Let's search for grip. So has gripped objects. If we do, we run some code to drop stuff. Otherwise, we go through and simply, attach it. So what do we do if we have gripped objects? Well, we drop them. So we want to create a T array of A actor pointers. Let's call it gripped. So now we want to do left motion controller. Search for gripped. We can do get gripped actors, and that outputs to a T array, as we can see here, of actors. So now we want to loop through these. So for a actor, and gripped. Again, check if actor is valid. Not really probably necessary, but anyways. Then we want to drop it. So left motion controller, drop actor. What actor do we want to drop? The actor that we are currently on. So, out of curiosity, I don't even what I meant to do. I don't even know what the rest of the parameters are, so let's see. Is there anything else? There's got to be another. There we go. Alright, so we can pass in whether or not we want to simulate. I'm guessing that's regarding simulating physics. So for now, I'm going to set that to false, because I just don't. And I'll leave that as is. And we're done. So let's copy this if-else statement. Bring it into our grip right. And add the remaining closing bracket. Replace the left motion controller with the right motion controller. And we should be good to go. So now when we pick up an actor, we should be able to, well, when we first load into the game, we try to pick up an actor, we should be able to pick it up. When we press our trigger again, or whatever key you have it set to, we should drop the actor. So let's see. Pick it up, left click again, and now we have dropped it. Try with the right one. That works. So let's check, see if I can switch hands. As you can see, it's still attached. I cannot, so I cannot steal it. So there is something somewhere, I believe, in one of the settings for this. Probably something in here, I don't even fully know. But anyways, if there's not, that's something we could easily write the logic for. So I kind of like having the ability, with certain objects anyways, to be able to switch hands without having to let go of one hand and regrip with the other. But anyway, that's for the future. There's going to have to be a custom logic written in there to make sure, one, what you're trying to pick up is not, a firearm, because if you have a firearm and you want to switch to hand, well, actually, I guess you could check and see which socket you were near, but that wouldn't work for pistols because they're going to be so close to each other. So yeah, I can see a couple small issues with that. So anyhow, I'm just going to ignore it for now. I want to do one more quick little test here. I want to set this to true and just confirm, because I'm curious if that means it is going to simulate physics or not. So let me just see if that's what that is real quick. All right, let's give it a try. Pick it up, drop it. Yeah, so that's for physics. Okay, so now I know. So I'm going to set that back to false, and we are just going to leave it. So we now have gripping for the left and gripping for the right, as well as dropping. So what we are going to do in the next video is we obviously want to replicate this. So currently, this is already replicated for the server. So that already is basically just handled for us, thanks to the VR expansion. I'm going to grab it. You can see I pick it up. I can move it. I can left click, and I can drop it. And I'm still simulating physics that I forgot to compile. So, wow. That's already set up, and that's already working. I don't even know where I just got launched to. Oh my gosh. And I think I'm still going up. Oh, yep, there's a crash. Well, can I close it? Oh dear. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that was interesting. Yeah. Anyways, that's really going to be it. So in the next video, we're going to replicate this so clients can do the exact same thing. So when a client tries to pick up an actor, obviously we want it to be able to transfer over so anyone can see it. So that's what we're going to do in the next video. So that's going to be all. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where we have a Team Deathmatch series just for Patrons, where we create a bunch of other features on top of Team Deathmatch, like weapon customization, custom spawning, and all that fun stuff, as well as you get early access to my videos. If you have any questions, anything like that, feel free to join my Discord down below as well, and I'll try to help you out. So, I'll see you in the next video.